All right. Good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Can you do confirm everybody can hear me loud and clear? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Marvin, I think that's N then billions. Fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I believe everybody can hear me now. Fantastic. Good to be here. I promise everybody tonight is going to be a very fantastic night. We're going to have a very short time here tonight. That I can guarantee everybody. That is a validation that the next 1 hour that we'll be spending here is going to be very value packed. All right. So I would like to know where my everybody is joining me from. I can see in the chat box I have Olu, Promise, Linian, User, Cynthia giving me thumbs up or perfecto. Thank you. Now I want to know where everybody's joining me from. For example, my name is Prince Adiakoni and I'm joining you from UK. Or I can say my name is Prince Adiakoni and I'm joining from Alberta, Canada. So I want to know where everybody is joining from. I want you to drop that in the chat box. So I have Promise joining from UK. User, you might want to put your name so that I don't call you User. User is joining from Namibia. Emmanuel from Lagos, Nigeria. Olu from UK. Chief from Calgary. Vivian from UK. I have a lot of UK people in the house. I have just one person. Oh, two people repping for Canada tonight. All right. So including me, that's three. All right. And so I'm repping Canada tonight. All right. I'm denying UK tonight. I'm with Canadian people. All right. So everybody, welcome once again. Welcome to tonight's session. Tonight's session is going to be very interesting because we'll get a bit practical tonight. All right. We'll get a bit practical tonight. And also I'll be sharing you some information, some key things that you will get access to by the time we are done with this session because the slide I'll be sharing or I'll be working with tonight, you will get access to it by the time we're done to be shared to your email. So if you're joining this session for the first time, if you're joining a session like this for the first time with analytics, you have my colleague, Stephen and Ianolua. They'll be sharing a link in the chat box that says attendance form. All right. So if you're joining a session like this for the first time, you want to make sure you complete that attendance form because what will happen is by the time I'm done, you get access to all the materials I must have used, for tonight, and you will also get access to this particular recorded video because this session is currently recorded. So you get access to it and you will be able to get access to all the things, all the recorded video, all the materials, everything. You'll be able to get access to it. All right. So make sure you complete the attendance form. All right. So back to what I mentioned earlier about something that is happening tonight. It is, like I said, it is going to be well packed, informed, and what we're really here to do tonight is I'm going to be hinting everybody into a particular secret or some secrets that you have or you need to be able to transition into tech or get a job in a tech space. Um, and definitely know exactly how to go about all those things. All right. So allow me to share my screen and show you exactly what we're looking at talking about tonight. Right. I think my screen is coming up. Fantastic. So I think my screen is up and this is what we're looking at talking about tonight. Looking on how to get jobs as health informatics analyst or clinical tech or roles or job roles in the tech space. How exactly can somebody that have no technical background or even have some technical background get a job in this space? So before I dive into this, I want to know something. So I know exactly right now, I know I have like four of us joining from Canada. The rest of everybody is joining from, I have also one person from Namibia. All right. The rest of us are joining from Nigeria or Africa, or most of us are joining from UK. I'm denying UK for the night. All right. So I want to know what sector we are currently working in, right? Currently, for me now, if I'm going to classify myself, I'll classify that I work in the health tech sector and I also work in the FMCG, right? So I want to know where everybody is working from, all right? So that I'll be able to know exactly where we are. I'm going through the chat box and I want to see what where everybody's working in. All right, so Bemi Falode is in the nursing. She is in healthcare. Geraldine is joining from Canada, making five of us. Phenomena is also a nurse. Fantastic. Power sector, fantastic. Health, primary health, health pharmacy. Health pharmacy, who is that? Is that the same health pharmacy? Is that the same person from Namibia? You need to change your name to user. What's the name? So that just write your name so that I'll stop calling you user. We have a lot of health people in health, pharmaceutical logistics, healthcare, adult social care, cloud cloud in transport. I don't really know what that means. Cloud in transport. Lucy is healthcare, nurse, health sector. Fantastic. I have a lot of health people in the house. I'm with you. We are on this bus together. All right. I'm not denying anybody this night in that department. No, I am not. All right. So welcome. Okay, user is Tari. Fantastic. So Tari is a pharmacist. All right, fantastic. So what we're going to do tonight is you see all the experience, all the skills that you have, how you are able to leverage all these skills and find yourself transitioning into tech without losing out on anything. What are the things you should do? What are the things that people looking to get you the job? What are the things they are looking for from you? This, like I said, tonight's session is going to be very packed. All right. So make sure every one of you stick to the very end where the juice will be dropping. All right. So when we're looking at tonight, or exactly who is this, who is Tenalytics? Tenalytics is an educational technology company, and we really specialized in training individuals, reducing, lowering the entry barrier in tech and allowing people to transition into tech for a whole lot of opportunities. And we also provide data consulting services in this space. But most importantly, we've been doing the training people for over 5 years. And in this span of 5 years, we've been able to help over 3,000 people that have no technical background at all into landing their first job in tech. And these are people cut across the globe. UK, US, Canada, Oceania, a whole lot of countries, right? Most importantly, we are committed to making technology accessible through premium trainings and experiential training in programs like data analytics, data science, business analysis, data engineering, financial analysis, HR analytics, agile project management, DevOps, and so many more. So when I was saying that how you be able to get into a tech role without losing out on anything, don't worry. How you be a nurse and be able to see yourself getting a job as healthcare analyst or health information analyst, informatics analyst. These things I'll be showing you hands-on tonight, all right? And while we are talking about youth learning training, the team of professionals that we have, the team of instructors that we have, these are leaders in the health tech space that they both work in Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Google, McKinsey, so many other top companies. These are the people that they will be passing on their knowledge to you during the training. And when you get the slide, you have the opportunity to click on any of these links below that you'll be able to join our social media platform just to stay informed and keep yourself updated, right? Now, when you're looking exactly at myself, I know a lot of people have introduced themselves. Now is where I get to introduce myself. My name is Prince Adiakoni, and I have a wealth of experience in data analysis, forecasting analysis, business intelligence, and I've helped a whole lot of companies streamline their operations to meet their strategic goals. But most importantly, more of the reason why I'm here tonight is I've been able to mentor and help over 500 individuals that have absolutely no technical background at all, transitioning into tech, and most importantly, landing their first job in tech. That's one of the reasons why I'm here tonight. And I'll also be guiding a whole lot of people on how to do all these things tonight. And like I said, I worked in the educational technology, I've worked in finance, I've worked in FMCG, I've worked in logistics, and I've also worked in the healthcare and health tech sector, right? So this is exactly who I am and the things I'll be doing for everybody tonight. Number one is I'll be showing you hands-on how to apply to tech roles. There's a lot of tech that we hear around there. What are the things that you need, or what are the roles that you have opportunity to apply to? These things I'll be showing us tonight. I'll show us how to apply to tech roles in the healthcare sector without even having any medical background. So I have a lot of people that are already in the health tech, technology, sorry, the healthcare space. A whole lot of us are already there, meaning you have some experience. What about people that don't even have experience at all? Do you have the opportunity? 100%. What about you that already have the experience? Do you have the opportunity? 100%. So I'll be showing you what are the things you should do and how to identify things that you should apply to, work to, or get into. But most importantly, I'll show you how to position yourself to be able to find yourself applying to these jobs and getting these jobs, either leveraging the experience you already have in the healthcare sector, or even if you don't have any experience at all, how you be able to do all these things. 100% you'll be learning it. So what I'm going to do is, I think this is somebody that is, lady you can see on my screen. Her name is Oluwatoyin, and she is a pharmacist, just like Tari, right? Tari is joining us from Namibia. Just like Tari, she is a pharmacist back in Nigeria, but when she relocated to UK, and one way or the other, by going through some magical thing, she was able, I had to say magical, by the time she went through some magical processes with analytics, she was able to leverage her experience as being a pharmacist to getting a job with NHS as a benefit analyst, and that job came with sponsorship, right? What she did, I will explain it. How she was able to do it, I will guide everybody through it 100%. And by the time we're done with this session, we ourselves will be able to know exactly what to do and how to do it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Oluwatoyin is about 3 minutes video, about 3 minutes video. I'm going to play a video so we can actually hear what she has to say about. So I'll prefer to hear from the horse's mouth itself, what she said and how she went about doing what she did. And then I will guide us through how to do the same thing, right? So let me share, remember, when you get this particular slide that I'm about to use, you have access to all the materials shared, everything here, you get access to them. So you can 100% at your own time go through this video and being able to actually play the testimonials yourself. All right. So let me share that part of my screen so everybody can listen to Oluwatoyin share our experience. Share with audio.
Hello everyone, my name is Toyin and I recently got a job as a benefits analyst in the UK. I've come from a medical background as a pharmacist who is interested in, breaking into tech. My first encounter with analytics was on LinkedIn. I joined one of their masterclass, just one masterclass where Efemina spoke, and it just took that masterclass to convince me. I joined in August, and a month after, I got a job. To be honest with you, every information skill that I was able to apply to get that job, I owe it to Tenalytics. Tenalytics did a great job and is still doing a great job. They groom you and nurture you from the cradle till you become confident. So my advice for you, most importantly, is join. Be integrated into a platform that empowers you and allows you to easily get that first job. Hello, everyone.
Okay, all right. So that is somebody that has a background in that space already. Okay, meaning if you're a nurse, if you're a pharmacist like Tari, or you don't even have any, or you're in that space, you will be able to do something just like what what Oluwatoyin has been able to do. All right. Now the big question is, what about people that don't even have that exposure or experience at all? Are they still able to do the same thing? And the answer to that is a big yes. Right? The answer to that is a big yes. And I will also, just the same way I've been able to show us Oluwatoyin and what she was able to do and how she went about doing it, I will also show us Ikmat. Now, Ikmat is a full-time stay-at-home mom. When I mean full-time, I mean a full-time stay-at-home mom that is full-time. She does not have any technical experience or technical exposure or nothing at all. But she was able to. So don't let me even say some things, because if I say some things, I'm definitely going to miss out on some things that she must have said. So I will also play a video. A video is about also 3 minutes long, whereby you'll be able to listen to what she has to say 100%. And by the time she's done, I will guide us through what we need to do to find ourselves in that same position, or if you find ourselves just in that position, like ICMAF, we know exactly the next line of action and the next thing to do 100%. Right? So our video is also 3 minutes long. Let's watch it and listen attentively.
Hi
By the time
everyone,
we're
my
done.
name is Ikmat, and I was with the March cohort in Tenalytics, and joining Tenalytics has been the best decision so far. You know, for me, someone coming from a background of full housewife, because I had to stay back home to look after my child for 4 years, and then wanting to break into something new, wanting to go back into the workforce, you know, wanting to place myself in the society for better job opportunities. So it was a lot. And then I'm glad that Tenalytics came along, and then they presented me with so many opportunities right in front of me, better opportunities. And then I'm glad I took it. And then also the advice of do not sell yourself short, that Effie is always saying, it is very, very valid, because place yourself right, you know, don't sell yourself short. It's a very, very, very valid advice. You know, in Tenalytics, they will hold your hands like a child, you know, through the modules. You have the opportunity to go back and study. You have the opportunity to go back and practice. You have the opportunity to ask questions. You know, you have people you can always go back to, even outside of class hours. It's the most amazing experience so far, really. And then another thing is the interview prep, guys. That is another very important thing. I did my interview prep with Mr. Mohammed, and it is the best decision ever, because it was like he saw into the future. He knew what was going to be asked, and I'm glad that I wrote down all the things he mentioned. I went back to practice, and then when it was time for the interview, it was like everything he mentioned, it was just they kept on. And then when I was answering those questions, I was so confident, you know, because I already practiced. I did an Excel test, I did a math test, and then they were really impressed. And another thing is, guys, it may not come as fast as you expect. Definitely you are going to get some no's, and then you may begin to think you're not good enough. You are good enough, yes. The no's will come, but always take it as a basis for learning and development, because after every interview where I got a no, I always make sure I get a personal feedback. So I work on those feedbacks for my next interviews. And yes, it worked. It really worked for me, because I got my first job 3 months into the program, my first job. But I couldn't take up the job because I was a student, and I was only eligible to work 20 hours. So I couldn't take up the job. 3 months later, I got 2 jobs with full visa sponsorship. And guys, all the other no's before the 2 jobs prepared me for the yeses I got. So yes, the no's will come, but do not give up, because you always have analytics to go back to. They are the best, and the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then yes, and they are the most affordable. The most affordable one I've come across so far. And that's a very good advantage. So yes, analytics for the win.
Right. So we've heard what Ikmat has to say. This is somebody that you could feel from the way she was saying everything. She was just smiling and filled with joy of everything that she has been able to achieve 100%. Now, how exactly can you also take advantage of this opportunity? And what I'll be doing tonight is I'll be walking us through exact process that Ikmat, a full-time stay-at-home mom, was able to take that got her a job while still in training. Meaning you don't have a skill about something, but you are able to get a job in it even while you're still learning that particular thing. I'll also walk us through what Oloa Twin was able to do. Somebody that has a medical background, just like almost everybody on this call, what she was able to do and how she was able to leverage this experience and exposure to find herself elevating into a much more senior role, right? I will guide us through all these things 100%. Now, when it comes to transitioning, getting a job, and a whole lot of things, there are a lot of things that are really involved, right? Now, one thing I think I've not mentioned is if you have questions, right, please do me a favor, write it down. Like I promise you, this session, me talking is not going to be more than 1 hour, and you have the opportunity to ask all your questions. So I think I saw a question drop in the chat box right now. So write these questions, write them down, and by the time I'm done, everybody will get the opportunity to ask that question. You have opportunity to unmute your mic and you get to ask your questions, and I'll be able to answer these questions for you. All right. Thank you for dropping that in. I'm calling my attention to it. Right. So back into you transitioning or getting a job. All these things are pretty important. All right. And before you say you want to dive into it or getting it, what we did at Analytics was we needed to identify high in-demand career path. We needed to identify these things. And what we did was we went ahead to major job boards to search for jobs that a whole lot of organizations are looking to hire for. That was the first thing we did. Then the next thing was we analyzed based on 3 major criteria. The first one was the ease of learning. The second one was the ease of transitioning. And the last one is the high rewarding salary, meaning whatever role you're looking to get into, can you easily learn it? Can you easily transition into it? And definitely something that's going to be rewarding when it comes to the money path. After this analysis, we're able to arrive at these 10 different programs that we have on my screen tonight, right? Meaning by the time you go through any of these 10 different career paths, you are able to easily learn it, understand it, transition into it, and even get a job that will give you a fantastic salary, right? But that is our own validation. What is that sense of security or job security like? Oh, so I'm looking to leave being a nurse, which I know is probably going to exist for a long time. What is that job security that if I transition, if I leverage on my years of experience being a nurse, whatever I'm looking to get into, what's going to validate it that 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or even 2 years down the line, I still have a job? That question, if you're asking yourself right now, we also ask the same thing. And what we did is to seek answer from the World Economic Forum because they are in like the best position to answer these questions for us. So when we reached out to work at the Economic Forum, they're able to provide the report that they made on this particular question. And what they did, that particular report, they made it available on Google. So you can go on Google and search for this particular report. What the particular report was telling us that between 2025 to 2030, 170 million jobs will be created. And at the same time, while 170 million jobs will be created, 92 million jobs will disappear. I kid you not. The first time I saw this report, I was in shock. Like, God, please. Am I part of the ones that would disappear? Or I'm part of the ones that will be created? Or where exactly am I in this particular report? That was a shocking revelation. Because having 92 million jobs disappear in 5 years, that is extreme sport. So we went ahead to seek further guidance, and they were able to show the roles, the job titles, the career path that between now and 2030, a lot of organizations are not really looking to hire for people in this role, meaning the demand for professionals in these roles are dwindling down so fast. All right. Now, if you see this career path on the right side of my screen, these are career paths that a whole lot of organizations are not really requesting for professionals in this space. Meaning, if you go through the career path on this right side of my screen and you find yourself there, you find a career path there, you want to do everything humanly possible to find a way to jump to the left side of the screen, because you see the career path on the left side of the screen, these are roles that a whole lot of organizations are starting to look out for, right? Now, how exactly do you do that? I will guide you through. So if you find yourself wanting in the right side, you want to jump, pivot, appear and disappear, whatever you want to do, switch to the left. Now, you see the career path on the left, they have different roles that we do offer at Analytics. You have the data engineering, the data analyst, the data scientist, and a whole lot of them. Remember, when you get these reports, when you get this slide, you get the opportunity to click on this particular dot, this click here to download full reports. You'll be able to click on it and you get access to everything. You'll be able to go through it word by word, line by line when you get it yourself. All right. So we have a lot of roles in this space. But remember, tonight we are focusing on healthcare, getting a job in the healthcare space, leveraging if you have experience at all, or even if you don't have anything at all, you have this opportunity 100%. Now, the first practical path is, see these things you can see on my screen, these are some jobs that are made available for us to apply to. So when we get this particular slide, you'll be able to click on everything here and you'll be able to apply to these jobs 100%. Now, I'll also be walking us through these applications, all right? Meaning, I'll click on it and I will show us what we should be looking out for. So let's say I click on this first one, right? If I click on this first one, it's going to open up for me. And let me verify this, then I'll share the screen. So once you get this particular slide, all the link, you get access to it. We'll be able to click on this link ourselves and get access to the information, the jobs, everything. You get access to it. All right. So let me share that part of my screen and show you exactly what. Let me share my entire screen. All right, fantastic. So I'm sharing my entire screen so we don't keep going back and forth. All right. Now, I clicked on this one, this particular first one, this one. So by the time we are done, we can also come here and click on that particular link and it will bring us here. Now, this one is saying healthcare data analyst, all right, is in US. And if you look at, so I'll just be quickly walking us through the things that they need you to have, meaning the people that post these roles, they need you to have some things. What are the things you need to have before you can get this particular job, right? They say minimum qualification is 3 years of experience analyzing data. They did not say BSc in medical field, MSc in anything. No. What they're concerned about is 3 years of experience analyzing data. That's the first thing. Then they want you to be very proficient in Excel, right? They want you to also have Microsoft Office experience. Then they want you to have Tableau knowledge and know exactly how to use Tableau or your Excel to analyze, to interpret, and to manipulate complex data sets. That is all they need you to have. I hope somebody's taking down notes because we'll get back to this particular requirement, right? Now, if you look at every other thing you'll be doing, they want you to have ability, strong analytical and problem solving skills, strong ability for critical thinking, verbal and written communications, attention to details and statistical analysis, highly proficient in Microsoft Excel, proficient in Microsoft Office, and proficient in data visualizing dashboard software like Tableau. And that is all, right? That is all. Now, this particular job, you are able to earn around from 60,000 to 85,000 annually. All right. Now, this is exactly what this job is asking you to have. That is all. I hope somebody is taking it, like I said. Now, if I go ahead to check, let me click on this other one, this link here. And the link, let me see which this is. Okay, I think this is John Bank, the one in Canada. You will also have opportunity, like I said, my colleague Steven just dropped the link in the chat box. That is the link to complete the form. Make sure you complete the form so all this material, you get access to them 100%. It will be sent to your email, right? And from your email, you'll be able to apply to these jobs 100%. Job Bank, what is going on? All right, let me refresh. If it's not coming up, then I zoom to the next one, but I believe it should come up. So like I said, okay, fantastic. I think it's up. Yeah, awesome. Now, so this particular role is a data scientist role, or most importantly, you're working in RT healthcare. So that means to work as a data scientist in an healthcare organization, what are the things you need? This is a particular job in BC, that's in Canada. And the preferred language is English. They want you to have a bachelor's, years of experience. They want you to have 1 to 2 years of experience. And it's a physical location, it's a physical location job. But most importantly, let's go to the requirements. They want you to have JavaScript experience, probably because of you presenting to non-stakeholders. They want you to be able to present in a template on a page whereby you'll be able to understand. But most importantly, they will need you to have MySQL and Python. That is all they want you to have in your experience. They want you to also know exactly to have project implementation, meaning you must have worked on project before and you know exactly what you are doing when it comes to working on projects. They want you to also have a business process management, meaning have an understanding of what it takes to actually run a business, identify problems, and being able to use your technical skill to solve it. All right. Now, the second one is testing, business method analysis. So if you look at the technical tool they need you to have is presentation ability, MySQL, and Python. As a data scientist working for an healthcare organization, the only thing they need you to have is MySQL and Python. All right. Now another one is let's check this particular one over here. Let's see what that is going to be telling us. Okay, this one is asking me to log in. Okay, this is NHS jobs. This is track jobs. All right. Now, this particular one is a cancer data analyst for NHS. Cancer data analyst for NHS. And what do they ask you? Let me see what the job is talking about. So this particular job, if you look at the essential criteria, which is on this right side of my screen, They need you to have extensive experience in Microsoft Excel, in Microsoft SQL, and they need you to have strong knowledge of Power BI. That is all they need you to have. They need you to have Power BI, and they need you to have SQL. That is the only thing they need you to have. I believe everybody on this call is able to see what these people are really looking out for. They need you to have Power BI. One company said they need you to have Tableau. They don't even mention Tableau. They need you to have Excel and Tableau. One is telling you they need you to have SQL and Power BI. One is telling you SQL and Python. I hope you're listening. I hope you're getting these points. These are the things that you need skills on to be able to get a job in any of these roles that are posted, right? So let's check the last one, which is going to be this gentleman over here. Let's see what they ask you to have. Okay. Okay, I think this is traffic validation. Okay. Remember, everything I'm showing us tonight, we've been able to see, I think we've checked 3, and we've been able to see the things that they're asking out for. Now, this is a Cardinal Health. That is the name of the organization. And you need to work as a supply chain analyst, which is very basic also. If you look at what they will be doing or your key experience, they need you to have 2 years of experience in supply chain. I think this is going to be valuable for, I saw somebody that has supply chain or logistics experience while I was asking. They need you to also have proficiency in the use of SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Excel, or similar BI tools, right? Experience in software as a product, they need you to have that. That is going to be under SQL. And the rest of them is literally soft skills, solving problems, dynamic work environments, enjoy working with numbers, building structure, building the soft skills. Now, the key thing they need you to have here is soft tools they need you to have is SQL, Power BI, Tableau, Excel, VBA, or even similar to, meaning you don't need everything, but you need to have some of this to be able to get a job as a logistics, a supply chain analyst for a health organization. Now, let's dive into how exactly did you get a job in all these roles that I've mentioned, right? Now, you see the roles, the titles we just gone out across. We saw supply chain, logistics, cancer data analyst, healthcare data analyst, health informatics analyst also. We've seen these things. Now, how or what are the jobs you can apply to in the healthcare space? And I'll tell you, it is pretty robust. We have lots of them. Now, all you can see, now you check on my screen, you will see roles you can apply to in the healthcare space. If you go through the data analytics route, you have clinical data analyst, health informatics analyst, patient data analyst, pathology data analyst, patient insights. We didn't even see cancer data analyst. We didn't see, which one again? Supply chain analyst. We didn't see, which one did you see again? I think I've forgotten. Can anybody drop in the chat? I want to know those that are following me. So let me check the chat. So what are the 4 rows that we just saw? Let me zoom to the bottom. So I see those that are following me. So what are the 4 rows? I've mentioned cancer data analyst. I've mentioned supply chain. What are the last 2 that I showed us that we can apply to? Or the last one. So also have healthcare data analyst, which is the last one that we saw that we can apply to. Supply chain analyst, cancer data analyst, healthcare analyst, which is the last one. So billions, I mentioned supply chain. I also mentioned healthcare. I've also mentioned cancer. There's one that is yet to be mentioned. Which one is the last one? Fantastic. Omolara, thank you for that. The data scientists. All right. So If you look at the jobs you can see on your screen, by going through the data science route, aside from the fact that you can apply to a role named data scientist, you can also go into roles like bioinformatics, med tech, healthcare AI engineer, healthcare informatics, health analytics, public health data scientist, and so many more. These are roles that you can apply to 100% and so lot of them. Remember, I won't be going through all of them because when we get the slide, we'll be able to dive into all these roles ourselves and search. But before then, by the time we're getting this slide, we'll definitely must have had informed information on exactly how to go about or what you need to apply to all these roles. You'll get that by the time you're done with this session, all right? You will get all this information. Now, when it comes to helping individual organization land a job, like Oluwatoyin, like ICMAF, and so many, over 3,000 people who've been able to help land a job. The structure they went through is pretty straightforward. It's pretty unique and very straightforward. The first thing is the learn. So whatever you are looking to do, whatever it is you're looking to do, not one thing is very certain. You need to learn that particular thing. That's very important. Then once you are done learning, let's say, for example, you can see in the role that we apply to, some need you to have Power BI, some you need to need Tableaus, most of them need you to have SQL, meaning you want to learn these things. That's the number one thing. Now, which career path is this or that? We'll get into that. But you want to learn it. That's the first thing you want to do. Then once you're done learning Power BI, once you're done learning Tableau, you now want to go ahead to package those things you've learned to show anybody and everybody that you've been able to learn it, and these are the things you've been able to do with them. Then once you're done packaging it, you would take these things and apply to jobs. Applying to your jobs is also very strategic, right? Very, very strategic, and you know exactly what to do and how to go about doing it before you are able to get a job, all right? Now, you see this particular structure, we've had lots of professionals, either those in the healthcare, thousands of them, go through the same process, and they've been able to see themselves landing a job after or even during their training. You heard Oluwatoyin say she got a job a month into our program, leveraging this experience. Now, the people you can see on my screen, these are people that have medical background, just like 80% of people that are on the call tonight. These are people that have medical background, all right? We have Evelyn, this particular first lady you can see over here. She has 15 years of experience being a nurse. When she was looking to transition, she transitioned being a data engineer and she was able to get a job leveraging her years of experience. Dr. Arume, the gentleman you can see in the middle, has over a decade of experience being a medical doctor. Then he was able to transition, leverage data analytics into whatever he's doing, and he was able to see himself skyrocketing in level of requirements, fulfillment, and even job tasks. Then you have Oluwatoyin that used to be a pharmacist back in Nigeria and is able to get a job as a benefit data analyst with NHS in UK, right? All these people, when you get the slide, you'll be able to click on this path and watch all their testimonials 100%. I think we've seen Oluwatoyin already. Now, you see this structure, thousands of people that have no technical background at all, they've been able to go through this process. Mautin used to be operations manager back in Nigeria, all right? But he was able to get himself, he went through the data analytics program and he was able to land a job as a pathology data analyst with NHS, and he came with sponsorship. I saw some people said they are currently on sponsorship. Are they able to switch or are they able to do that? The answer to that is yes. And I'll be answering also that question by the time I'm done guiding us through how to transition. All right. He went through the program in July 2023 and he was able to package himself. He knew exactly how to package himself and he got himself a job 4 months after his training as a pathology data analyst with NHS. We've had thousands, and I mean thousands of people that have been able to do the same thing. Now, we are going to get very interactive right now. everybody on this call, I've been able to show us some things down on the job board. So I want you to tell me in your own words, what are the things that employers are looking, are asking, or want you to have? What do they want from you? I want you to type it in the chat box. What you feel employers they want from you. So I think if one say, what if I don't have experience as a healthcare experience? 100%. If you go ahead, Ikmat, she does not have any experience at all and she was able to get a job. No worries, I'll answer that question 100%. So I want you to type it in the chat box. So, okay, Pearl said skills and experience. Josephine said experience. Lolade said experience. Fantastic. Christina said skills. Labake said skills. Augustine said experience and qualification. Fantastic. Philomena said experience. Daphne said experience and qualification. Aderi Solis said qualifications. Fantastic. Emmanuel said skills portfolio to show what you can do. Tarish said skills. So a lot of people skills and experience. I have some people say qualifications, fantastic, fantastic. All right. Now, what experience, what Lucy said, skill and qualification, fantastic. I will say almost everybody, they are right? But I'm still going to show us exactly what these people, what they need you to have. And it's quite simple and very straightforward. Anybody looking to hire you, they want two things from you. Two things. They want you to have your skills and they want you to have the experience. And I think there was an expo to that when you talked about so they need you to have two things, skills and experience. And I think there was an expo to that where I think that was the first job that I showed that says they need you to have 3 years of experience analyzing data, and they need you to have skillful experience around Excel and Tableau. Meaning they want you to have been doing something, analyzing data, solving problem for 3 years experience, and they need you to have skills and knowledge around Tableau and Excel. That is all they need you to have. And these two things will actually show that you have the competence to get the job done. Now, how do you go about not having any of these things? How do you go from this path to getting it? That is what I'll be showing us tonight. All right. And when it comes to the way you get to learn with analytics, you learn the best way to learn if you want to land a job is to go through a project-based learning, meaning whatever you're learning, you're working on projects, building your technical skill, building your work experience, solving problem, and as you're solving problem, you are learning on the job. That is the best way to learn, right? Then also showcase what you've been able to learn. Meaning, excuse me, I have some people dropping in the chat box. Very few people were able to also know that portfolio plays a key role. You see all these things you worked on, showcasing them or having a spot to showcase them goes a long way, because whatever you're able to show them will validate that you can get a job done. And I'm going to ask you, everybody here, a quick question. All right. We're looking at, some people said qualification, chat box. Some people said experience. So we want to put this to test. I will also want my answers in the chat box. All right. Let's say we are here, we are moving into our house. We've built it, is in a fantastic shape. But one thing is yet to be achieved. We don't have furniture at all in the house. Now we need to get furniture in the house. And we have two options. We have two carpenters. Carpenter A is telling us that, oh, I went to Harvard to study carpentry. This is my certification. This is what you can see. He has lots of certificates plastered all around his workshop. You can see it. All you can see is the certificate of his mastery, the body that he belongs to, the association he belongs to, how long he has been member in carpentry, etc., how long he has been there. Those are the things you can see. And option B, our second carpenter, does not have any of these certificates. But what he has is a showroom that could display all types of furnitures. One that he built himself, and he also have people working for him that are currently creating all these furnitures hands-on, and they're showcasing them. Now, if we are down to these two people to buy our furniture from, are we going to be hiring carpenter A to build a furniture for us and display in our house, or we'll be going with carpenter B that has a showroom, excuse me, has a showroom and has hands-on experience building building these furnitures. We need the furniture. So if you're down to these two people, who are we going with? So I'm going to look for Lucy. I'm going to look for Lucy said skills and experience. Okay, I think Lucy said qualification. Adenisola also said qualification. Daphne said experience and qualification. I'm looking for these answers in the chat box. I want to see if you go with, I want to look at those that will go with A. All right. I'm looking for people that will go with carpenter A, because in my head like this, I'm believing if you went to school to study this thing, you must be very good in it. I'm seeing option B, option B. I think Sola said A because I mentioned A. Okay. Thank you for that, Sola. I shouldn't have said that out, but I said it out loud. Thank you. So everybody is going for carpenter B, and the reason is pretty simple. Because we want something, we are beings of sight. We want to see that you can do this thing. As a matter of fact, I want to see similar things of what I'm looking out for to be in my living room. I want to see it in your workshop. If I want to take that one, I can ask you to build another one. I want to do all these things. More reason why we're going with carpenter B, because they have something to show that they can do or they've done, and they have experience in this space, right? Now, that is exactly who you are when you're applying to organizations in the tech space. Because when it comes to using tech or leveraging tech, you are always 100% of the time, not 50% of the time, 100% of the time, leveraging technical tools to do a whole lot of things. Meaning you are leveraging, if that is going to be a carpenter, you're learning how to use your hammer, your saw, your cutting machine to do a whole lot of things. If you don't know how to use these things as a carpenter, you can't do anything. Same thing is applicable to you as a tech professional. If you don't know how to use Excel, if you don't know how to use a Tableau or a Power BI or SQL, you are not going anywhere. Whatever you must have learned, it's there. But if you don't learn how to use all these technical tools to solve problems, organization will jump over you and go to another person that knows how to use all these tools. All right. So that is why you need to learn how to use all these tools, which is very, very important. Right. And by the time you're done learning, you know exactly how to showcase it, package it, and take it to apply to job, just like I've said. And when it comes to learning, the first one I'll be talking about is data analysis. Now, if we remember the role I showed us, the cancer data analyst, the which one is there again? The cancer data analyst, the healthcare data analyst. If you could remember what they're asking for, one was asking for Tableau. The other one was asking for SQL and Power BI. Now, if you look at the data analyst skill learning area, the first thing you have there is problem solving. Meaning, whatever you do as a data analyst, the first thing you'll be learning is how to solve problem as a data analyst, because that is exactly what you do. You take organization data and you analyze it to identify problems and help the organization make informed decisions, leveraging that data to solve their problem. That is who you are as a data analyst. And if you can see your key learning area, the first thing you're learning is problem solving. By the time you're done with your problem solving, you have Excel, then you have SQL, you have Power BI and Tableau. If you can remember, one company said Power BI, the other one said Tableau. Then the other ones list a whole lot of them and is expecting you to have some knowledge in some of them, not even all of them. Now, the reason why you have Power BI and Tableau in data analysis is because some organizations, just like we've seen, will tell you they don't use Power BI, they use Tableau. Some will tell you they don't use Tableau because it's Salesforce, they're a Microsoft company, and they use Power BI. So as not to limit yourself as a data analyst, this is what you go through. You go through the whole thing so as to enable you land a job in any of these roles without any limitation. And if you could see the right side of my screen, you see the tools you get to learn as a data analyst. And data analysis is one of those roles that it's extremely, when I say extremely, I mean extremely beginners friendly, because the first technical thing you'll be doing is your Excel. Your first few days into Excel, you'll be learning how to import data and how to import a file into your Excel worksheet. You understand what is a row, what is a column, because a result is based on rows and columns. It is that much beginners friendly. So even if you are not technical, if you've been a nurse for a long time, you've never done anything technical, the maximum thing you know how to do on your laptop is to check your email. Getting into data analysis is that much beginners friendly for you, right? And if you could see the class options, we have two class options. We have the West African time options and we have the North America time option. That is for those in Canada and in US, all right? The West Africa, Europe, and Africa, we have 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. That happens on Saturday. And for those in Canada, we have 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is going to be for those in Canada. But if you are in these time zones and you feel, oh, you rather prefer to join the MST time zone, that is going to be 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. So for people that say, oh, my Saturdays are occupied, my Saturday mornings are occupied, but I don't want to miss a live class, your live class can also be in the evening. The only option is those in Canada, in US, it will be morning time for those people in that time zone, which I'm part of. I'm claiming Canadian right now. I'm denying UK 100%, right? And the duration of your program is, you see everything you get to learn as a data analyst. You work on projects, building your hands-on skills on how to work as a data analyst for 6 months. And for 2 months, this is where you get to now work with a consulting firm that will partner with. You get to work as a data analyst in that space. So what the big secret into this is, if you're looking to get a job as a health informatics analyst, as a clinical data analyst, all you have to do is to learn the tool to work in that role. That is one. Then the number two, I'll say it later. Or should I say it now? Okay, I want three people to tell me if I should say it now. The number two thing you need to work as a health informatics analyst. Should I say it now or say it later? I'm saying yes. That yes means later for me. Or should I say it later or now? Now, I thought some people would say later. Oh, okay. So the number one thing you need to work as a health informatics analyst or any health role at all, number one thing is you need to learn the tool to get the job done. Then the number two is you need to work on projects in this sector. So if you're looking to work in the healthcare sector, you work on projects in healthcare. If you're looking to go through the same training and you're not really keen on working in the healthcare sector, you want to work in, let's say, in logistics, you go through the training and you work on logistics data sets, logistics projects. And the way your program is structured, you'll be touching base, working with projects from all sectors of the economy. In these 6 months, you work with multiple projects in the healthcare space. You work with multiple projects in road transportation, you work with air transportation, work with finance, work with fraud, you work with a whole lot. And when you have all these things you worked on, remember, when you work on projects, you want to find this place to showcase them, meaning all the projects you must have worked on, you have the ability to showcase them in your portfolio. Before you now get into internship, your internship is where you now test your skill 100%. By the time you're done in 6 months, you have 100% skill to work in as a data analyst in any sector. When you get into your internship, you now get to work with a consulting firm, solving real world problem for real world organizations. And one very important thing is this internship you'll be doing, you, aside from the fact that you'll be working solving real world problems, you also have the ability to put whatever projects you must have worked on. You have the ability to also put it in your portfolio. And most importantly, you have the ability to get a reference from Tenalytics, definitely, and also from the consulting firm, right? Now, these are the things you have opportunity to 100%. I think, is anybody getting clarity? Is anybody getting information from this? If nobody's getting information, we can just end the night since it's not well informed. Is anybody getting information from this? Are you getting what you should be doing? Now, when it comes to the other one, which is the data scientist. Now, the data scientists, they're like a big brother to data analysts. And I'll tell you the reason why they are big brother is because in case you're in that category of, I've never done anything technical before. I don't really know how to use anything on a laptop. I'm not so used to using laptop. I'm scared of technical things. I'm scared of calculations. When I hear tech, I hear coding. If we're in this category, then we are the same. I will be with you on this boss. We are family. I will stick with data analysis. But if you are open to more challenging opportunities, challenging tasks, then you have ability to get into data science. A data scientist is a senior brother to data analysis because everything a data analyst can do, a data scientist can do it, and some more. Now, you see, the more in this context now is statistics. If you're somebody that you're scared of statistics, because back then in school, I ran away from statistics. And what I said was, no, 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 no. When I saw a little introduction to statistics, I ran. I never knew that statistics would come back to get me in data science. It came back. But the way the program was structured, I was determined to learn. So even if I was scared back then, but I'll still have the opportunity, as I'm still open to learning it. If you're in that category with me, you still have opportunity to get into data science because you will learn statistics, its application to what you do as a data scientist. Because a data scientist now, what they do is, aside from what they're able to do as a data analyst, they also majorly play in the prediction and the forecasting aspect of data. And I believe one way or the other, we all have encountered or we've all been a victim of a data scientist. And I will explain to you. So let's say you're on a social media or when we're on our social media and we see a particular advert. Let's say we saw a shoe, a bag, or for the ladies here, you saw a particular wig. If you click on that particular advert, the next line of advert you'll be seeing, they'll be flooding you with that same thing. That is the data scientist at the background. Because what the data scientists have been able to do is they've been able to learn and understand what you, the customer, the user, you like. So they're able to predict the next thing that, oh, take this one. Do you like it? Take this one. Do you like it? They're able to predict the next thing that you might like. And in so doing, you are complementing the work of a data scientist. So if you're looking to be this technical person at the background, the first thing you'll be learning is statistics. Then you go into forecasting and predictive analytics using Microsoft Excel. You will learn how to use this. Then you will learn Tableau, the same way a data analyst will learn how to use Tableau. Then you have SQL. You also learn how to use SQL before you dive into Python programming language. The Python programming language is now where you, if you remember the one we saw, the data science, they need you to have SQL and Python. So the Python here is what you get to use majorly. Even if you don't have any knowledge at all in Python, it is fantastic. Okay. The way the program is structured, you're able to learn from that the beginner's approach and get yourself into the data science role, right? The class schedule is 100% the same thing, just like the data analyst. And you can see all the roles. The duration is also the same thing. Now, when you're looking at everything I've talked about, all these things is just 50% of what we tend to offer you. Just 50%. The other 50% is what we call the employability. And what that simply means is, let's say now, Tari, you're a fantastic data analyst, or Adere Sola, you are now a fantastic data analyst or data scientist, and you are able to land yourself a job. You have a skill enough to get you a job, any job you want in the healthcare space, or even something in another sector. How do you go about getting yourself that job? What are the things you need to do to weaponize your technical skill to get you that job you need as a data scientist or a data analyst? Now, this is what we call the employability. Now, when you're talking about the employability, the first thing is you want to have a fantastic CV, because your CV is going to represent you where you're not even there yet. The doors you are unable to open yet, your CV will get into that room and introduce you. So how do you want people to see you? This is where your experience, your years of experience come into play, right? Now, everything you've been doing, I see while I asked the sector, the industry everybody was working in, you see every job that we mentioned, there is none of them that you've been doing that you were not working with data. None of them. All the jobs everybody mentioned, if I go back to it and I read everything out, you use data in your day-to-day activity. If it's gathering patient information or product information or something, you are making use of data. So what we have is we have in-house professional that will take your current CV and optimize your CV for you. You're not doing this yourself. We have in-house professional that will totally do this for you. They will take your CV and optimize it. Now, when I mean optimizing, they are bringing out relevant skills. You're not cooking up anything. No, everything is something you've done before, but you might not be able to see it. So professionals that can see it, they will take your CV, bring out relevant skills, and tailor it to whatever you're doing right now, right? So if you're in nursing, bedside nurse, all those things, all the information that you gather on your work daily, these are data. They will find a way to restructure the sentence to make it sound as something that is data analyst related or data scientist related. Then you get your CV back. Then you will learn how to tailor your CV to jobs you're applying to beat what we call the applicant tracking system. The ATS, I don't know if anybody or people on this call know what ATS is. But applicant tracking system is a system that, for example, you see that role that we have Excel and Tableau. They need you to have these two skills. If you apply to that role and you are showing on your CV that you've done SQL and Power BI, the ATS attached to that Tableau and Excel is going to send out your CV. It's going to read your CV back to you. And when you apply to jobs like that, within 24 hours or within 48 hours, you get a rejection letter telling you you're not qualified for the job. That's because your CV is saying another language that the job is saying. So you learn how to match the language of the job post, learn how to match it with your CV. And when they connect, your CV will get to the hiring manager and you get the opportunity to get called for an interview. You will learn how to do this 100%. Then there's a limit to job you can apply to with just your CV, a big limit. There are a lot of jobs that exist that you don't even know about. So also having your LinkedIn optimized will open opportunities for you in that direction. If you're currently on this call and you don't have a LinkedIn account, you don't have to be scared about that. The session will guide you through how to set up your profile. If you have an account and you've not updated it for a long time, the session is going to teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile to make it stand out. Meaning, if anybody that is looking to hire is hiring for a data analyst or a data scientist or a health informatic analyst or a med lab scientist, data scientist, what should make your LinkedIn profile show up to them? You will learn all these things. And definitely when your LinkedIn show up to them, you have ability to have them reaching out to you 100% and be able to get opportunities from there. Now you also have what we call navigating the job market. You see few of these jobs that I've been able to show. These are jobs from some of the job banks that we partner with, all right? From premium partnership, whereby we subscribe to these job boards and we're able to get access to a lot of premium jobs that you not see on your public available job boards. We get access to these jobs and we paste them on your Google Classroom, whereby you have 100% access to apply to these jobs without paying anybody anything. Also, under navigating the job market, we have sessions whereby we bring hiring managers into your classes and they will tell you insider secrets of what they are looking out for when you apply, so as to know exactly how to match your CV, tailor your CV, or even do a secondary follow-up after your application. I know most people, when they apply to jobs and they get a rejection email, that's the end of the road, on to the next one. It is wrong practice. All these things, you will learn them within the program. Like I said, employability skill is totally far away from anything technical. This is the other 50% that will land you the job. And part of the 50% I'm still talking about is interview preparation, meaning, let's say you apply to that cancer data analyst role and you get called for an interview. Before you attend that interview, you have the opportunity to book a one-on-one session with a professional in analytics, and that professional will prep you, look at that job description, will have a read through the job board, the NHS, look at your CV, and prep you for that role, giving you a better chance. For people that joined this session earlier, if you heard when Ikmat was saying she had an interview prep with Mohammed, and it was like a godsend because everything Mohammed prepped her for came out in the interview. And when you're in a learning environment where you have a professional that is able to know exactly the questions that will come up, and this person is able to ask you ahead, prep you on how to answer all these things, it makes transitioning easy. For somebody that drop in a chatbot that they don't have any experience at all, these are the things you go through. You go through them, you live through them, that will have you transitioning and getting a job in this space. Then you also have opportunity to get reference data from Analytics. Then there's also something we call on-the-job support, meaning you're on the job, and if you need any sort of tax or something, you have somebody to reach out to, and they will come on board with you. But most importantly, this is, allow me to use the word, the OG, the mentorship session. Now, imagine that we are all professionals. I have a lot of nurse and healthcare professionals in the house. Imagine somebody is looking to become a nurse, or somebody is looking to work in the healthcare, in the care sector. And this person, all they have to do is they shadow you. Everything you're doing, they're seeing the way you do it, and they're seeing the way you get to do everything. If it took you 5 years to get to that spot, it's going to take them less than a year to be almost at the same level and also have opportunity to have opportunities and skill level just as yourself. You spent 5 years. They'll be spending less year if you mentor them. See this particular structure. We have it readily available, whereby industry experts, professionals, alumni that have been through the same process and now doing very fantastically okay, they come into your classes and they guide you through everything they've been able to do and what they are doing, and a lot of insider secrets as to how you should be doing whatever you're doing. Meaning, whatever years they must have spent to achieve whatever they've achieved, they are jumping over and doing it a lot more faster. All right. Then you have the last one is the Upwork optimization, which is more like a freelance platform, and you have opportunity to get into that opportunity to offer your services on a more freelance approach. These are the opportunities that you need to take advantage of to get into the healthcare space 100%. Now, I can see some questions popping up on my screen. Remember, aside from the fact that I'll still go through the questions, Also make sure you note it down and have your hands raised so that by the time I'm done, you will have the opportunity to go through and you get the opportunity to ask questions and I'll be able to answer you 100%. So I think I've explained the timing of the program, 8 months, 6 months in class, 2 months internship, and also the timing and the mentorship. All these things, I've explained it. Now, if you're that person that you feel, oh, your Saturdays are occupied, you'll not be able to join your live class, you're not missing out on anything. Everything, every session, either you're there or you're not there, everything are recorded and you have a lifetime access to it. Meaning, even when you are done with your training, you get access to it. Meaning, let's say you went for the data analytics program, and after the training, you got a job as a data analyst using Power BI. You're on that job for like 1 year, you never used Tableau. Suddenly, you're looking to upskill, and that role is asking you to have knowledge in Tableau. You have access to go back to your recorded Tableau lessons, go through them, and refresh everything you must have learned without paying anybody anything. This is a lifetime access, right? And if everything I've said is sounding like something you really want to get into, the next cohort we have is starting on the 6th of December, right? The next cohort will be starting 6th of December. As a matter of fact, that's the last cohort we have for the year, 2025. But there's one very important thing. If anybody has been part of these particular sessions before, you will know that the price is way high, way up there. But currently, Analytics is 5 years this year. And this year, we'll have some companies that will partner with us, and they're knocking off 50% from the registration fee, meaning for you to register, all you have to pay is 50% and you're good. 50% and you're good. If you're in that position, then if you're looking at registering for any of the program, the original cost is $1,000 US. Is $1,000 US, but currently with a 50% discount, you have the opportunity to pay $500 US to be part of any of this program I've talked about. And it gets better. You see that $500 US, you have the opportunity to break it down and pay up to 5 times. Aside from the fact that you're paying 50%, that 50%, which is 500, you have the opportunity to break it down and pay up to 5 times, meaning you can pay 120, up to 4 times, meaning you can pay $125 US every month for 4 months. But there's a big but to this. See, this particular discount is only available to the first 20 people to register for any of the program. First 20 to register for any of the program gets the 50% discount. And the 21st person registering for the December cohort will not be paying the 500 because that time the discount will be out already and you get to pay 1,000. So if you're looking to register, my colleague dropped the link in the chat box. You want to click on that link. I'll also be guiding us through how to make payments to secure the spot, right? Also, if you're in that category of people that they have their dirty December planned out, they know by second week in December or by first week in December, they're out of UK or they're out of Canada to enjoy life. If you're in that position, I also have something for you, right? You have the opportunity to also secure your discount. And I'll be guiding us through how we are able to do this to secure the discounts right now and start in January. I will show us how to do it. So if you click on that link shared by my colleague in the chat box, I'm also doing the same thing. It will bring you to this analytics website where you have the opportunity to make payments 100%. Okay, I think this is coming up. Yeah. So this is the analytics website. So once you come here, this is the landing page. What you want to do is you want to scroll down. So remember, I talked about just 2 programs. We offer 10. So any of them you're looking to get into, you can get into them, right? If you have questions about these other programs also, remember, I'll be able to answer you in a few minutes. Once I'm done walking you through the payment structure, you have the opportunity to ask your question 100%. Ophelia has her hands up. So once I'm done, the first person I'll be talking to is Ophelia. So if you want to ask questions, make sure your hand is up so I'll be able to answer you after Ophelia. Now, let's say we want to select buy now. So whichever of the program you're looking to go for, you want to click on buy now. And once you click on buy now, you want to click on this part that says enroll now, right? Once you click on the enroll now button, it will prompt you to enter your full name, enter your valid email address, and enter a valid phone number. And you want to ensure that this number is also WhatsApp enabled to enable communication through that platform. Once you have this signed up, a code will be sent to your email. So if you're on this call right now, if you click on the link, enter a valid email that you'll be able to get the code, then input the code to be able to have you to sign in. But in my own case, I already signed up. So I will input my email address and I will sign in, I will log into the account. So once you log in, you will have this page that you can see on my screen. And it's going to be telling you that 50% discount is applicable. Now, if you are in that category of people that have their 30 December already mapped out, nothing is certain for you to start in December. You have the opportunity to select January. The class in January starts 10th of January. But most importantly, if you secure your spot right now and you're part of the first 20 people to register, you will still be able to get the 50% discount and start not in December, but in January. So, but if you have opportunity to start in December, 100% you want to get into it. So whichever option that works for you. If it is December, if it is January, select it. And over here, you select a currency that works for you. If it is in USD, if it's in Canadian, if it's in pounds, I'll show that. So I think I have a lot of people joining from UK, so I'll use UK as an example. That 500 US dollars is equivalent to 410 pounds. Now, you also, if you see over here, you have 390 pounds, you have 390 pounds, you have one time full-time payment, two times payment, three times, four times. So whichever plan that I think works best for you, select it. If you're paying one time or two times, you save yourself some extra pounds. That's 20 pounds. But if you see that will not really work for you, you want to really secure your spot right now, you want to select three times or even four times. For the sake of this example, let me select the 4 instrumental payment and you click on apply discounts. So once you click on apply discount, it will load up your page and activate your discount, which is 50%. As you can see, I have my email here, my phone number, and you'll be showing me the next payment. So my payment is, the first payment is today, 12th of November. Second payment is 12th of December. And the third payment is 11th of January. The fourth is 10th of February. Now, we made it even much more better and relaxing. So let's say the money normally comes in at the end of the month. So paying mid of the month, like 10th, when salary is almost out, and the remaining that is left for spending is on strict budgeting. You don't want to really inconvenience yourself that much, but you want to be able to secure your spot right now. You want to pay right now because you don't want to lose out on the discount, but you don't want your next payment to come this time next month. You want it to come, let's say, at the end of the month. All you have to do is, if you come over here, you see this part that says your next payment date. You can come over here and select 30th of December. If you click on save, aside from the fact that you are able to secure your spot right now, which is 12th of November, you'll be getting your 50%. Your next payment will not come at the 12th of December. It will come at the 38th of December, meaning when money is in, everywhere is good. You'll be able to easily remove your 102 pounds or 125 US dollars, be able to remove that and be able to pay easily while you learn, right? So if you do this, all you have to do is confirm your information is correct, read the terms and conditions, then also confirm that you've read the terms and conditions, then you make payments. It is that straightforward. All right. I see somebody said, can you pause the registration for, you want to raise your hand so that you'll be able to ask your questions. So if you're selecting one-time payments, two-time payments, 3 or 4 times, the 50% applies 100%. So whichever payment plan you're looking to go for, the payment plan, the 50% knockoff applies 100%, right? So what you want to do is, I have my colleague drop the link in the chat box. You want to make sure you are part of the first 20 people. The only way you don't get the 50% is if you are not part of the 50, if you're not part of the first 20 to register. Click on the link, and I'm certain that what you'll be seeing in any of the program is going to be 50% knockoff, and your price is 500. When you stop seeing 500, that means the 50% is off, and now you get to pay 1,000. I don't know about you, but I will never see something that has 50% discount and I'll wait. I will never, because if at the end of the day I need to pay 1,000, I'll be crying. I'll be crying seriously. Like, how did I miss this particular amount of money? All right. So you want to make sure you don't miss out on that discount and you secure your spot as soon as possible. Okay. Now, if you have questions, you want to use the raise hand icon so that I can answer all your questions and I can ask you to unmute your mic and speak. But most importantly, make sure you secure your discount. And remember, even if you are joining from Canada, you have ability to pay. You have the ability to pay 100% in Canadian dollars. If you are paying from Nigeria, because I have people joining from Nigeria, you have ability to pay also directly in Naira. And the most important part, or the juicy part, is you don't need any sort of currency exchanger, right? I think Sona is asking if this session is recorded. Yes, the session is recorded, but make sure you complete the form, the attendance form, for you to be able to get the recorded video shared and sent to your email. All right. Okay. So I think I'll be taking questions. I'll be taking questions from each and every one of us. So I think the first person I have is Ophelia. Ophelia, I've asked you to unmute your mic. So you want to unmute your mic and ask your questions. Then after Ophelia, I go with Blessing, then Moses. Hi, Ophelia.
Hi,
Hi, good evening.
good evening. So I'm on this training information section in the US.
Okay.
I I do understand everything that you talked about.
Yeah.
My personal need is just kind of like a portion of everything you talked about. I'm looking for help to land a remote job. So I have 1 year plus experience in IT security administration, doing access control, and also masters in cybersecurity. Do I need to go through all these trainings again? It's
All
kind
right.
of look like I'm doing a lot of learning. What I need is that I need to work, even if it's to gain those number of experiences that organizations are asking for.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's where my question is.
Okay. I think I totally get you. So your
Mm.
own case is pretty unique, meaning you have some experience already, right?
Yes,
So what I'm
yes.
going to do is, the first question is, do you have a portfolio?
So I have not a full portfolio, but some
Okay.
amount of, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I want to categorize that as no, I don't, because when it comes to
Okay.
showcasing, we want to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that whoever that is going through our portfolio has
Mm-hmm.
no, is she good? Is she not good? No, we want a,
Okay.
oh, she's fantastic, right?
Okay.
So what I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to do is, have you completed the attendance form?
Yes, I did.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I have some of my colleagues in the chat box. Drop
Okay.
your details, your phone number, your email, and your phone number to them. They'll be able
Okay.
to reach out to you after the session and get
Okay.
you. This is something we don't offer, right? But
Okay.
they will reach out to a consulting company that will be able to offer this to you
Okay.
100%. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Right. So I have Blessing. Blessing, I've asked you to unmute your mic. While I attend to people, you want to try as much as possible. If you are looking to go through the program, you want to try as much as possible to secure your spot so you don't miss out on the discount, all right? Because the discount, the slot gets filled as fast as possible. And it is not time bound, all right? It's not time bound. You have very limited opportunity to get this done, all right? So, Blessing, you want to go ahead? Hi, Blessing. Hi, Blessing. Uh, yes, I can. I can't really hear you. Can you say that again?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it's fair. You can go ahead.
So my question is myself and my spouse. So basically, I have a background in marine logistics. Right? That's what I majored in. I had about things like 6 years experience in the marine industry where I moved, and he went further, to do like a postgraduate in logistics and supply chain, right? And
Okay.
now I found myself here,
Okay.
and it's like going through the job market, trying to find a job is just, like I don't know how to actually position myself. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking of, okay, what else can I do to actually have all of these skills on my resume so I can position properly?
Yeah.
So I currently work as a shipper receiver, right? And then in my company right now, there's an opening for business intelligence and developer or something like that. And that posting had been there for a while.
Wow.
And I wanted to ask, like, what kind of what program? Because I was thinking of doing business analysis before now, right? So I can maybe apply to roles like supply chain analyst and like all of those things like that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, since I'm here already, also I don't really have intention of staying too long, with the company. I just want to get whatever experience I can get, the skills, and then find a way and leave, right? I've also been waiting for this 50% discount because there's one time I joined and then somebody said, oh, there's this time they had a discount for International Women's Day, and that was how she took advantage of,
Oh, wow.
the program and joined. And so right now, I actually want to join, and my husband as well wants to join, and we have the
Yeah.
same background. But he was thinking of, okay, since he actually majored in safety, if he can actually take cybersecurity, but I don't know how friendly that will be for him. So basically, this is just me, like seeking advice. So I know what programs to enroll for.
Okay. So in your own case, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
So in your own case, these are all the jobs that, away from everything I've talked about, if you see the data analyst role, aside from the number one there, what's the second thing that you can see? Number two, under jobs you can apply to as a data analyst.
Business intelligence analyst.
Fantastic. Meaning, you see that role, aside from the fact that it's in a logistics company, it also the role you can get into to get that job 100% is the data analyst role. And also, if you see number 5 and number 6, you have logistics analyst and also supply chain analyst. So meaning, if we are looking to get a job as in a logistics company or even in supply chain, the role you want to get into is data analysis, right? So register. I think the fact that you mentioned International Women's Day, I think that was earlier in the year. Now that the 50% knockoff is here again, take advantage of it. Register for data analysis. Then for your husband in security, definitely, I don't know so much, but what you can do is let him secure his spots, make payments. Yeah. Then indicate that you need to speak with a professional. We have a crisis session that happens almost every day, right? So even if you register for, let's say, cybersecurity, and at the end of the day, cybersecurity might not really be the best option for him. After having a one-on-one interaction with in-house professional, they'll be able to know which program is the best. If cybersecurity is still the best option for him, he will go ahead in the cybersecurity. All right.
Okay, so because before now I was mainly focusing on the business analysis program. So does it mean if I take the business analysis, because I just feel like maybe business analysis is just, like one step ahead of data
Yeah.
analytics, right?
So sorry for breaking in. So, but if you
Yeah.
go through the business analysis program also, it's also going to still equip you with some skills in data analysis, not just as comprehensive as data analysis itself. Or you will learn Excel, Power BI, and SQL in business analysis. Then you learn some other business processes analysis in business analysis. So if the business analysis is what you're looking to get into, like I said, register. The most important thing right now is to make sure you don't miss out on the 50% discount. And if after registering, you also want to speak with a professional, at that point you've already registered, there's nothing missing out. If you register for the business analysis, when you get into a crisis session, we break it down. We spend about 20, 30, even 45 minutes identifying, analyzing the best role for you to get into. So if at that point if data analysis is the best option for you, you'll be able to switch 100% without any implication. If business analysis is still the best option for you, you'll be able to continue with it just like your husband, all right? So
Okay.
whichever that it is, either data analysis or business analysis, just make sure that you secure spots and you get on the bus, you don't miss out again, right? I don't know if that makes sense to you, Blessing.
Oh yeah, it does. Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. So next person I have is Moses. Moses, I've asked you to unmute your mic. Hi,
Yeah.
Moses.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thanking you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Same here.
Yeah, I've been enjoying your classes since we started, but I don't really know where I am on this thing. Maybe you can get me through.
Okay.
I have a postgraduate in mental health, and I'm in a job market now, and it's really difficult. That's why when I saw this thing yesterday, I said maybe this one will be an help to me. That's why
Okay.
I said I want to join.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Moses, I have a quick question. What's your level of on a scale of 1 to 10? How open are you to learning statistics?
Uh, maybe 5.
5.
Mm,
So, if the number is 5, you want to
yeah,
get into data analysis, all right?
yeah, yeah.
Get into data analysis, it gets better. And by the time you're comfortable in that sport, you've learned over years, you have the opportunity to now get a job after data analytics program, or even during your data analytics program, reduce the barrier, lower the barrier of your entry, and being able to get a job in the healthcare space, leveraging
Okay,
your years of experience as a mental health specialist.
okay.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense. And if I may ask, if I want to do the data analysis, how long is this going to take me?
So the duration of the total duration is 8 months. So you'll be in
Okay,
class learning for 6 months,
yeah,
building your technical skill and your experience, and you get into internship with a consulting firm for 2 months, where you get
okay,
to work on projects. Right
okay,
now, you have ability to start applying to jobs, and they cut across all the programs. You have ability to start applying to job as early as 2 months into your program.
okay,
So,
no
for
problem.
example, a blessing that I just spoke with, that role that is open, you will have just about enough skill to start to apply to that role as
Yeah,
early as 2 months into your program. So you don't wait until 6 months before you
okay,
start applying. You can start applying as early as 2 months into your training. All right?
that's okay.
Right, fantastic. So make sure you click on the link shared by my colleague. So you secure your spots, select data analysis, register so you don't miss out on that discount. Okay. All right. So I think I have Dr. Fidelis. Oh yeah. Hi, Dr. Fidelis. I've actually unmuted your mic. Hi, Fidelis. Okay. So I think I will have hi, Fidelis. Your mic is up.
Can you hear me? Good evening, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Thank you for your session, although I joined late. Um, I just need a little clarification, right? I already joined the November cohort for business analysis, right?
Yeah.
Before joining, I had a clarity session with one of the faculties, right? That placed me on business analysis pathway, right?
Yeah.
But having listened to you, my initial interest has been in healthcare analytics, right, or informatics. And I think you don't currently have that program available, right? And I was told business analysis has a combo of data analytics and business analytics together, right? And you can probably leverage opportunities in the healthcare sector, especially if your project is tilted or lopsided towards the healthcare space, right? So,
Yeah.
well,
I'm
on your
listening to you.
presentation today, I am inclined to go back to data analysis, right? Or the data analyst program per se, because it appears to me it has a deeper foray into some of the job opportunities that we x-ray, right? So my question is, what do you think?
So 100%.
At
So
least I have a month to pivot if I have to, right?
yeah. So your case is pretty straightforward. If you are currently in the business analysis program and you're looking to switch to data analysis because you feel or you can understand the demand for data analyst in that part, 100% you can switch into data analysis. You're currently in the program, right? So on your learning management system, you have the opportunity to switch to data analysis. You can do that 100, just started a few weeks ago. So you have the opportunity to switch in your program. If you log on to your learning management system and you scroll down, you will see a button that says continue learning. And under that, you will see switch on the far. So you have opportunity to click on that and switch to another program and continue your learning in that other program. So what I'm going to do is after this course, since you're already in the system, you're already in the company, I will have somebody to follow up with you and guide you on how to get this done. All right. So I will have somebody follow up with you and get this sorted for you. Okay. So I have Benke. After Benke, I have Abiodun Birunke. Benke, I ask you to unmute your mic.
Hello, good evening. I think most of my questions have been already answered, and I just completed payment, and it's popping up complete checklist, and
Fantastic.
I
So,
wanted to, yeah,
okay, go ahead.
yeah. I wanted to find out if, should in case I have a change of mind on time of beginning my course, and I want to change maybe to select another program. Could that be possible?
Yes, it's very possible. So it's just like I think that's just the same challenge that Fidelis, the person I just spoke to, is having. So on your learning management system, I think I should show you that. Let me show everybody. Since I have two people that is having this same challenge, let me show you what I'm talking about. So in your own case, you will see one course enrolled in this path, right? So what you
Yeah.
want to do is you want to scroll down, and let's say this is the program that you registered for. And I think this process is also the same thing that Dr. Fidelis should follow. Over here, you will see switch and defer, right? So you want to click on this switch and defer button, and you will see the current cohort that you register for. The course you want to switch to, you'll be able to select it. So let's say, Benke, which program did you pay for?
I selected data scientist.
Data scientist. And let's say you want to switch to which one? Data analysis.
Data analysis, yeah.
Right. So by default, it will be showing your current program here. It's going to be showing data science here. And if you want to switch to data analysis, you come to this drop down and you select data analysis. You select the cohort you'll be starting, which is going to be either January or December. You select the cohort. Let's say you want to start by January. You say, are you aware you can switch only once? Because you can only do this thing one time. You can't switch back and forth. You can only switch once, right? So
Okay.
once you've selected the new program you want to switch to and the new cohort, if you want to remain in the cohort, you remain the same. You select the same cohort. If you want to switch to January, you can switch to January and you click on proceed. Once you do this, it will switch you to that new program and you can go ahead to learn 100%. So this is the structure that you follow 100% from Dashboard. So once you are done with the checklist, you'll be able to get access to what I just talked about. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Right. And officially welcome to Tenalytics. All right.
All right, thank you so much.
Welcome. Right. So I have Abiodun Peter Ibironke. I've asked you to unmute your mic. Hi, Peter.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for the information today. That was very informative. The reason for me to join is I currently work as a system infrastructure engineer, and considering a lot of global destruction that is going on around, especially in the tech world, I'm looking into switching into data analysis, maybe in the future, maybe data scientist. Data has been something that I know that quite a lot of companies don't mess around with, and it does have a lot of demand in the job market. I just want to have an idea of it's maybe quite a better switch. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to say it. I don't know what term to use.
Okay. All right. So for you that have been in a system infrastructure engineer and you're looking to switch into data analysis, that is fantastic. And like I said earlier, see data analysis, excuse me, extremely beginners friendly, meaning even if you don't have any background at all in tech, you don't know anything at all in tech, or you're looking at the opportunities that our industry have to offer. The way the program is structured, by the time you are 2 months, 3 months into the program, you will have knowledge on exactly what it takes to be a data analyst. You must have built your skill in some aspects, you must have worked on some projects, and you have ability to start applying to jobs. Now, you see, when working as a data analyst, when applying to, or while applying to job as a data analyst, one thing is very important. There is no sector of the economy. As a matter of fact, there is no company that doesn't work with data. And this data that they are producing all the time, they need a specialist to make sense of this data. And that is where a data analyst comes into play. So that is 100% possible for you. Get into the data analytics program, transition, learn what it takes to actually know how to analyze data hands-on, leverage how to use different tools, and be able to see yourself knowing exactly how to land a job in this technical skill you've been able to handle. So 100%, the data analyst is a fantastic option. I want to advise you to get into something more technical, get into data analysis, leverage on the opportunities that is available, and get yourself into that part that is very important. All right. So register and select for data analytics program. Okay. Right. So I have James. James, I've asked you to unmute your mic. Hi, James. Hi, James. Are you able to unmute your mic? I've asked you to unmute your mic. Okay, so James, I don't think James is here. I've asked Leo to um Leo, I've asked you to unmute your mic. Hey Leo. Right. I think Leo is also not there. Every I've asked you to unmute your mic. Can you unmute your mic, Every?
Yes, hi.
Good evening, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Right.
So I just wanted to know, I know you went over this already, but I'm not quite clear on what the HR analytics entails.
Okay.
Like for somebody who have a human resource degree, would that help me?
Yeah, so if you have a degree, the degree will not help you get a job. 100%. What the degree will do is when you now have the technical skill and the experience as an HR analyst, that time, that skill and experience put a touch on your degree and will offer you now some opportunities that you wouldn't even have if you don't have the skill. So if you have a master's or a BSc in human resource management, what you want to do is you want to build your technical skill in human resource management, work on projects in human resource management, and apply to job with your skill and your experience, and also having your masters. So at that level, skill, experience, and your masters, that is going to be of advantage to you. Right? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does, but just thinking along the lines for somebody who have a bachelor.
So if you have a bachelor's, your bachelor's does not guarantee you anything because when you're working as the HR analyst, they need you to be able to analyze some things, analyze people's data. Bachelor's degree is not going to give you knowledge on how to analyze people's data. Neither is your
Mhm.
bachelor's degree going to give you experience, work experience on things you've done for companies. So when I mean work experience, I mean, for example, a company that is going through high attrition rates. How did you solve that problem for them? A bachelor's in human resource will not give you that experience. And when you apply to job
Okay.
with just your bachelor's, you're not getting anywhere. But if you go through the program, you have hands-on skills and projects you must have worked on to showcase how you solve human relations related problems in an organization. So when you are applying to
Okay.
a role, you actually be able to show them the value you are bringing into the organization and how hands-on you'll be solving their human relations problem. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. And also, so this platform here, this 10 analytics will give me opportunity to work in teams or in groups where I can gain experience,
Definitely. So your six
like
months,
internship.
so your 6 months in-class training, you'll be working on projects, and this project you're working on, you're working in a team of people building your skill, communication skill, working within team. And once you're done with your 6 months training, your 2 month internship is where you get to work with a consulting firm that you get to build your work experience and also have ability to work on real world projects and showcase these real world projects solution you must have done for companies under the consulting firm. You have ability to show that in your CV and also to show that in your portfolio. Okay.
Portfolio.
So
So
you
they
have
will help you with a portfolio to create a portfolio?
yeah, you will learn how to create a portfolio and how to add all your projects to your portfolio so you can showcase to anybody looking to hire you. Okay?
All right. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. So every what you want to do is if you click on the link shared by my colleague, in your own case, you want to come to HR analytics, right? Just click on buy now and you go through the process of click on enroll now and you select either you're starting by December or you're starting by January, but most importantly, secure your spot for the HR analytics program. Okay. Right. So I think I have two more people to answer before we call it a night. So I have Choma and your name is Benin and it's going to remove my front tip. I'm not going to call that yet. All right. So Choma, I've asked you to unmute your mic. You can go ahead and unmute your mic, Choma, and you can ask your question.
Okay. Hi, good evening.
Choma, good evening.
Okay, I want to ask a question about the when you were talking, you mentioned that we can, if you're in the program, you can start applying after 3 months. So already I've registered for the November program for data analytics. But so my question is, do we really have to wait till the 3 months? I mean, like what if we see opportunities like, I mean, after 1 month or so, are we still going to be, guided on how to like do this? So the reason I'm asking is, where I work currently, I recently saw an opening for an analyst. So from the two tools that was listed in the job description is Excel and Power BI. That's what they said you should have. So I was just thinking that, so is it something that I can apply for? Like if I have to go, if I go through the learning materials, is it something that can help me to like have a knowledge of it and maybe help me to apply for that job? Or do I have to just wait until after 3 months before I can start applying for any job?
Right. Thank you for this question, Choma. So you're already in the November cohort. Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
not 3 months, actually, it is 2 months into your program. And the reason why you have 2 months is because you don't have the technical skill. It will be difficult for them to even call you because they will see that you don't have the technical skill. Now, by 2 months into your program, the data analytics program, you will be done with your Excel and you will be already in your Power BI. So by 2 months into your program, you can go ahead and apply to that particular. As a matter of fact, by the time you are done with your Excel class, you can go ahead and apply to that particular role. What you can also do is, you've not had your live class, you'll be having your first live class, instructor-led live class this coming Saturday. Right? So what you can do is dive yourself into the learning materials, the self-paced. Dive yourself into it, learn, practice, hone your skills even before you get to class. What this will afford you is abilities to make mistakes. And as you already know, abilities to have opportunities to ask questions so that whatever thing you don't know, you'll be able to get clarity to them 100%. But if you are in a sport whereby you are totally green, you don't have any technical skill at all, it will be advisable, or so you actually get opportunity to land that job, it will be advisable to apply to the job when you have a little bit of skill, not everything, a little bit. And in this case, the little bit is having Excel. Once you have Excel, apply to the job. Before they get to call you back or whatever, you must have learned your Power BI. But one thing is certain is, even if you apply to the job and you get called for an interview, even if you're still in your 1 month into your program or 2 months into your program, you have ability to book a one-on-one interview prep. What that will do is that professional will prep you for that role you're looking to get into, right? So whatever thing they can do to make sure at least you know exactly what to say when being asked a particular question, even in a situation whereby you don't have the knowledge yet, be able to prep you for that particular interview. So, well, let's be on the safer side. Yeah, get Excel. That's 1 month into your program, and by 1 month into your program, after Excel, apply to the job. Then once you get called by His Grace, you'll be called. Get applied for interview prep, and you help somebody to answer that questions or prep you for that role you're looking to get into. All right. Okay, so my Benin brother that I saw, I think you dropped your hand. I think probably maybe I answer your question. So suddenly I have two people that have their hands up. Right. So I have only opportunity. So what you want to do is I don't really have opportunity to take so much questions anymore. So what you want to do right now is secure your spots. Take advantage of the 50% discount. Secure a spot for any of the program you're looking to get into. And if you have questions, remember you have the opportunity to request and book for a one-on-one interview, one-on-one clarity session where you will have either myself or some of my colleagues. They'll be able to answer whatever questions that you have and give you clarity. So even if you register for a program that is not the best fit for you, like I've shown you, you have opportunity to switch to another one. But most importantly, you need to get into the program first. And that is where you need to really pay attention. So try as much as possible to secure your spots. And I'll be looking forward to seeing everybody starting the program in December. For those that have their dirty December marked up and planned, and there is no space left for learning, register right now and indicate that you'll be starting by January. That way, you don't miss out on the discount, and you also have the opportunity to get the 50% discount. All right. Okay, after today, what happens to payment? Because I'm getting to know the promo is ongoing. All right, so Fadike, the promo has started for some time now. And like I said, the promo is not fixed, it's not time fixed, it is slot based. And we made it easy. You see this 500 US dollars, you have the opportunity to break it down and pay in installments. Wherever you're joining from, you have opportunities to pay in installments. If you're joining from Nigeria, you have opportunity to pay up to 4 times. That is, for you to secure a spot right now, all you have to do is pay 200,000 to secure a spot. If you're joining from anywhere in UK, all you have to do is pay £102 to secure your spot and get advantage of the 50%. If you are joining from US, all you have to do is pay 125. If you are joining from Canada, you also have the same opportunity. All you have to do is pay 187 to secure a spot and get into the program. All right. So for every other person, the difference between data analytics and business analysis, register for the program and indicate that you want to speak with a professional. So if you're looking to, so do I want to get into data analytics or do I want to get into business analysis, register for either of them. And by the time you get into the clarity session, you'll be able to ask your questions. We'll look at your background and we'll know exactly which program is the best option for you. It might not be two of this program. It might not even be data analytics or business analysis. Any of them you're looking to get into, you have ability. Particularly, you work in healthcare. This session is about getting jobs in the healthcare space, right? How to leverage your years of experience. So secure your spots and we'll be looking for you. So for you that work in healthcare, just register for the data analytics program. That is always the best fit for you, right? All right. So Chi, you also have project management. If you go on the website, you will see that you have the project management program you can register to. If you have certification, like I said, certification will not get you anywhere. You need hands-on skills, right? The hands-on skills is what the program will give you and the experience on jobs you worked on as an agile project manager. All right. So whichever one you're looking to get into, register for it, and you have 100% opportunity to get a job 100%. All right. So make sure everybody on this call, make sure you don't miss out on the discounts and secure a spot 100% so that you don't miss out on that 50% discount. The class starts if you come on the website. Yeah, Fadike, click on the link that my colleague dropped in the chat box. Make sure you click on that link because all your questions, they are here. The class starts 6th of December or 10th of January. So whichever one that works for you, click on this link and select them, then you make your payments, right? Esther Olabode, you don't need certifications to get a job as a data analyst. I've explained this in the session. All you need is your skill and your experience because these are the two things. Anybody looking to hire you, these are the things they're looking out for. They want to know you have the skill to use a technical tool, and they want to know the things you've done with these tools before, the problems you've solved. These are the things that your program is structured around and get you into the program. Erin Sola, I can't forget that name. That is the person that said qualifications. And when I brought up the two scenario of being a carpenter with a certificate or somebody that have a workshop, Erin Sola said she will go with certificates. Now, Erin Sola has taken advantage of the opportunity and she has registered. If you're on this call, you know, when I was saying A or B, Denisola said A. She was the only person that selected A because of what I said. And she has taken the opportunity to register to actually get the hands-on skills. So if you are in that bus with Denisola, I'm glad to tell you that she has jumped off the bus. She's not in that same bus with you anymore. Secure your spot, just like Denisola have been able to secure a spot. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you start your program either in December or secure a spot and start in January. All right. So at the absence of any further questions, I totally appreciate the time spent. We spent about 2 hours on this call. I totally appreciate the time spent, and I'll be looking forward to see each and every one of you join the program starting either 6th of December or January. Remember, once the 20 slots allocated is over, the discount reverts back to $1,000. Don't miss out on this because if you do, you will have a headache and I will have a headache. All right. So make sure you complete the attendance form, or I'm going to pronounce your name, Osaren Winda. Osaren Winda. Ha! I hope I didn't murder your name. So make sure you complete the attendance sheet. The link was shared above. Make sure you complete that. And the slide and also this session is recorded. It will be shared via email. You get access to it. But most importantly, make sure you secure your spots. You have opportunity to pay bit by bit. 125 US dollars, 102 pounds, 187 Canadian dollars. Even if you're in euros, you can pay 107 euro as low as that. And the classes, like I said, the duration is 8 months. Susan said you're having issues with the payments. Can you say what the issues are? Because I have some people on this call that have been able to make payments. So what are the issues you're having with the payments before I zoom off? So Lizzie, the duration of the class the total duration is 8 months. You'll be in class, learning whichever of the program for 6 months, and you'll be in internship, working on real world projects, solving real world problems with the consulting firm for 2 months. All right. So class for 6 months, internship for 2 months. Leo, I think you joined a bit late. This has nothing to do with degrees. Absolutely nothing. All right. Absolutely. And on this, everything I've said today, absolutely nothing to do with degrees. All you have to do is look out for what employees are looking for within you, and that is skill and experience. And these are the things that will afford you the opportunity to land a job. And I think Lizzie is asking what time are the training. So let me get to that part where I can show you the time of the classes. So what you can see on the screen is the time for your classes. We have two options, West African time and the North American time. The West African time is 11 a.m. to, all right, someone that said he has paid 195 pounds or 195 euros. That's fantastic. Looking forward to seeing you join the class 100%. Now, Lizzie, the class is Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, or 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That the Mountain Standard Time will be for those in North America, that's in Canada, in US, and in Mexico. All right. So, and you also have a self-paced session, which is a watch me do it video, which you get to watch at your own time during the week. Right. So these are the way your classes are structured. Right. So I think Susan, Susan, you said you're having issues with the payments. Before I hand the call, all right, so it says the email have been taken, meaning you've registered on the platform already. So what you want to do is you want to log in with the email that you're using. So instead of saying sign up, just click on login, enter your password, and you'll be able to make payments using the same email. So Lizzie said that time does not work with me. What if that time does not work for me? So you see, just you can see on your screen, if the West African time does not work for you, if the Mountain Standard Time does not work for you, all your classes are recorded. So what time zone are you in, Lizzie? US. So what time zone in US? Is that Eastern? Is that Central? Is that Mountain Standard Time? So Susan, you need to input CST is going to be in the morning. So in your own case, what you need to do is whatever session, if you can see on my screen, every session that you're joining or the one you don't even join, everything is recorded. So let's say you join a particular live class or you don't join a particular live class because your Saturday mornings are occupied, you're only evening free in the evening. That particular class is going to be recorded and you have access to the recorded video. Now, the only thing you'll be missing out is probably, let's say, having opportunity to ask questions, just the same way you're able to ask me. This is a live session, but you don't actually still get to miss out because if anything is being done during the live class while you're watching the recorded video and you have a question, the person that is teaching in that video, you have access to them via WhatsApp. So you can call them, you can send them a message, you can reach out to them 100%. So you never do miss out on anything. So you never miss out on anything at all. You get access to your instructors and you can ask them all the questions that you might have while watching the video. So you never miss out. And these videos, you have a lifetime access to them. All right. So Lizzie, remember, try as much as possible to secure a spot so you don't miss out on the discounts. I have about 10 people that have made payments on this call, right? So you don't want to miss out. And when you come back, let's say tomorrow, next tomorrow, you are seeing $1,000 US. You don't want to see that. So my colleague just dropped the link in the chat box. Register. If December is okay for you to start, the next class is starting by 6th of December. If you're not okay with that, you can start at 10th of January, still by securing your discounts. All right. So thank you to each and every one of you for being part of this session. I totally do appreciate the time spent. I do really do appreciate the time spent. I'll be looking forward to seeing each and every one of you in class, starting either by September or sorry, either starting by December or starting by January. Susan says she has one more question. Okay, let me take the last question. What's your question, Susan? Quickly. Hi, Susan. What's your question? All right. Where